What is up, guys? Welcome to the video. I am Matt. I appreciate you watching. This is my 2015 Roush EcoBoost Mustang, and today we're going to do a modification. What modification? Well, I'll tell you about that in a minute, because first we need to tell you why we're doing it. Some mods you do to go faster, some you do to handle better, some you do so you can stop faster. Well, this one is to battle the heat monster, right? You get a turbo in your car, start going fast, adding power and all that kind of stuff, and before you know it, you get a lot of heat. This hood has no ventilation. Right? I need a new hood. There's no question about that. I need to get some kind of racing hood. But until that happens, I'm trying to continue to go the cheapest routes that I can to see if I can make it better at least. So far, nothing's worked. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick update on what's been done to the car so you can kind of understand where I'm at with this. Originally started with the Mishimoto intercooler. That's been on the car for like 4 years now. And I did that before I ever went on track, and the first couple years that was the only real major mod that I had on the car, and it did fine. I didn't have heat problems. Then I started getting faster, and then I ended up putting the big turbo in. I did the precision turbo last year and added power. That generated a lot of heat. Heat's not escaping, and it gave me nothing but headaches all summer long. I wasted a lot of time on track because I was overheating and I had to cool down just to try to get one flying lap in, and then still I'd get heat soaked and wouldn't be able to get the lap in. So I'd run into traffic. I had some really crappy track days. This year so far, it's been a cooler start to the year, so the heat problems haven't been as detrimental, but one of my races recently, I did have issues, and I had to slow down and basically let the entire field pass me so I could cool down to try to put a fast lap down and actually try to win the competition. So last year I did the Mishimoto oil cooler. It has the thermostatic plate on it currently that kicks on at 180 degrees. But I did this and it didn't make any difference whatsoever, and it was kind of a waste of time. It seems like it's a waste of oil, but I've left it on there. I haven't taken it off. Went ahead then and did the Mishimoto charge pipes and their radiator hoses, and hoping that maybe that was going to help. It didn't make any difference. So again, I'm just trying the cheapest stuff. The oil cooler was free, and charge pipes are like 300 bucks. The radiator hoses are like 120 bucks. So not that much. Putting some tape on the back of the coolant tank and on all the coolant lines here. All that is just done to try to prevent, heat from soaking into it all, but none of this has made any difference at all. None. I mean, I was running the Performance Pack radiator just a little while ago, put the Mishimoto in, thinking that was going to make a difference, fresh coolant, clean the system, everything's running good, but yeah, it still gets hot as hell, and it's from this turbo. So yesterday, I took the heat shield off of that, and I've also removed my strut tower brace and the battery and all that stuff so I can get to it easier. But I tried the installation yesterday of a PTP turbo blanket, and I had a hard time. It didn't work, obviously. That's why it's not on there, so I took it off. And now I'm going to go back at it. I know how it goes on, and we're going to put the video together and put this damn blanket on here. I'm hoping this fixes the issue, or at least makes it better. I know, again, I need to get a new hood. Not having ventilation in this hood is bad. I don't know, if this blocks any airflow with these thicker, pieces on the grill or whatnot, but I mean, you still have a pull fan here, and both the fans are working. They're on high speed. It's just there's too much heat emanating from the turbo, and it's heating everything around it up. And I guarantee if I had one of those FLIR cameras and come in, after a track event, this whole side would just be so much hotter than like everywhere else. So I need to cover that up, and I'm hoping this is going to do it. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to put a fan on the motor, let things cool down a little bit. Definitely recommend not touching all that stuff when it's still hot. So if you're going to do this install at home, you may have to remove your engine cover. If you do have a strut tower brace, get that removed. You got to do the battery for that. But taking off the heat shield, the stock heat shield, is probably the most difficult thing. There's the two bolts up at that top. You have to take these nuts off. They're 15 millimeter. And then down at the bottom, though, underneath the heat shield, there is a Torx head that's 25. So getting in there is hard, though. You end up having to take off this like anchor point that's on the motor mount. This uses a 13. But if you take this off, pulls all the way off, you can get down under to that bolt. I did that one time, and I just never put it back on. There was no need to put it back on after that. So it was much easier for me this time to take it off. You shouldn't need to remove any of this stuff to get the blanket on. It's just going to tuck in between the lines here and your wastegate, and then up, over, and around. So yeah, we're going to cool it down a little bit, and then I will go ahead and come on back, and we'll get the turbo blanket installed. Well, actually, show it to you real quick. So here you go. Just a little turbo blanket. So it's made out of lava or something. I don't know. Apparently it's good up to really, really high temperatures. But yeah, go ahead and let it cool down and get to it. Take a look at it. Looks good. Now I went ahead and just put the wire across it for now. I do have the one bungee holding it together. I do have another bungee to go from the bottom around. So at some point in time, I'm not going to do it today, but Friday I need to do an oil change and do a few things, get the car in the air. So when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and pull the last of it down around the bottom and then attach it. There's a point right here, and then there on the back end on this side there's another one, so we'll be able to attach that underneath. But the whole point is to make sure that it's not interfering with your wastegate at all. Alright guys, that concludes this video and the PTP turbo blanket install. Not that difficult. I think the hardest part is really getting that shield off, but I know what I'm doing. I already kind of had it set up, so pretty easy for me. I will let you guys know how it does. I'll be on track this weekend at Waterford Hills. I'll be able to give it a good test, and I'm hoping that it makes a big difference. But if you guys like the video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and ring that notification bell, and I will see you guys next video. Peace.